welcome back, guys. This is something new we're gonna do. This is like the Brewing Talks podcast, and I'm here joined with my friend Jeremy. So
Hello.
we're gonna talk about some pretty topics that's happening today, or just like topics we just find interesting. Because I'll be honest, I do not know how a podcast really works, but I kind of understand it a bit. So this is gonna be quite an experience. But most importantly, Jeremy, how are you feeling?
Um, I want to go outside. I'm kind of done being inside all day. My hair is getting crazy. Uh, it's been a while since I've seen the sun.
It's been a while. Yeah, true. Speaking about that, does it has changed you like anyway, like just staying inside? For me, I feel like strangely I feel a bit motivated. I don't know about you. Like, how do you?
Um, I've been going through all phases of depression. Or just kidding, but if I were being real, um, yeah. In some respect, it's like it's kind of tasking to stay home and not get into your thoughts. But other than that, I've just been occupying myself by playing video games, watching anime or YouTube.
Okay. Pretty much just entertaining yourself. All right. Like, let's say, I for me, I found more time for actually like to do a bit more productive things. Like for me, I find it like as a way that I could finally get to work on myself a bit more, like just exercise wise. Believe it or not, I'm starting to read a bit more, like books and things like that, just to keep me more
What
occupied.
books?
What books? So there's this book about this kidnapper. Uh, Pretty much the whole point is that the kidnapper just kept them for like this person, this
So
teenager,
it's a
like,
crime
yeah, pretty much a
type.
crime.
Okay.
And pretty much like they got I'm sorry. Trying to we're gonna edit this out. Okay, I do not read books. I just try to sound cool. Okay. Either way, I did read the book, but I forgot everything about it because I read about it last time. But okay. Do you want to restart this? This is okay. This is bad.
Are
This is
you
bad.
restarting because you fucked up?
I messed up with the book part. I just exercise and just play video games too.
Wow, what a show off.
I tried to show off, but either way, yeah, it's true. Like I really am bored of myself. I try to sound productive, but either way, like this is hard. All right,
Dude,
man.
just be yourself, bro. Everything I've said so far has been true. It's
True.
it's not pretty, but what is everybody else doing at this time?
Uh, Pretty. I don't know. Pretty
Exactly.
real
Do
things.
you think
Like,
people are going out to restaurants?
nah, man, not at all. Not at all. But
Ah!
to be honest, being inside and actually like for me, yes, I'm not gonna say any BS again. Pretty much staying inside has not been that bad for me. It's not really hit me psychologically like at all. Pretty
Uh,
peaceful.
good for you, but you know, it's kind of hard to stay out of your thoughts like that. That's really all I can really say at the moment. It doesn't really dawn on me all that much because I'm always busy doing something. But
Mhm.
when it happens, it happens.
Do you like miss school at any chance?
Hell yes, I would like to go back to school immediately, actually. I know there are people out there who are just like, what the hell is wrong with this person?
Oh no, no, no.
But
There are memes and people who agree with your opinion. At least most, I
that's
think.
good to know. That's really good to know. I'm glad I'm not the only one out there.
No, man. Like this online school thing is just like not working out. I think the reason why I pretty much do prefer school and a set of online classes is because there's actually like a schedule where you're supposed to be at instead of like doing your work like at 2 p.m. or something. Well, that's me. And pretty
2
much
p.m.
keeping you in check and
Oh,
not
so
like
you, okay. I actually do my work at like 1 p.m. I don't. I used to do it at, like as soon as I woke up, like at 8, and then I was just like, yo, fuck this. I'm home. Why am I doing this?
I know, but it just for me, especially a guy now that just wakes up like at 11 p.m. and stays up at 4 a.m. or sometimes not even without sleep
Wait, do
because
you actually? Do you actually like stay up all the way into like like all the way into the night like that?
to be honest, yes, especially since at that time I was pretty much watching shows because as you know me, I barely don't watch any shows at all. Like I do not know what Stranger Things is. I don't know what Star Wars. Well, those are it's technically a movie. Even movie franchises, I barely watch any. I do not know anything about Harry Potter, Star Wars, or heck, I didn't even watch like recent things like On My Block or anything. And for
Hmm.
you, I guess that's the opposite, right?
No, no,
Really?
not really. I don't really like watch all that stuff. I mean, like when I do, I can never really stay to it. I have like a really short attention span when it comes to like watching TV shows. It really has to like get me in the beginning. If it's like
Same.
boring in the beginning, then I'm just like, why the hell do I waste my time watching this? But then other people are just like, hey, bro, this is so good. How come you haven't seen it? And I'm just like, I want to watch it, but I just can't. I can't. Sorry.
Does this include like major shows, like the big name shows, or is it just like in general? If no show catches your span, you're just like, eh.
In general. Like it's like either TV shows, music, or basically everything. I like wait like you want to know how long it took me to watch Game of Thrones? I think it took me like 3 years after it actually came out for me to watch the whole thing. And when I got into like I think I think it was like halfway through season 1, that's when I really started to like it, and I just started binge watching it, and I couldn't stop until like season 8 came out, and then season 8 was a total flop. So
Dang.
I don't know
Well,
if you can hear that squeaking, but
oh, we could definitely hear that squeaking. Well, I could, but either way, either way, for me, I'm kind of proud of myself because the reason why I pretty much been staying up like very late is because like I finally did found a show that I kind of finished through entirely all 9 seasons of, and that's The Office, which is very late, I know, but like I am glad that at least I
hey,
could say
hey,
I finished
hey,
the
you
show.
want to know something?
Well,
I haven't even seen one episode of The Office.
you will not regret it. Like you will not regret it. That's actually
I know
quite.
there's probably people like, wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Is this? Wait, what? Someone doesn't know what The Office is? Like they never watched it? The hell is this? Where are
I
you living,
know,
bro?
I know, man. Like that's how it feels every single time. Like when someone tells me, "Have you watched this?" and I'm like, "Yeah, yeah, I
And
like the."
then and then you try, and then the worst is when they get into conversations and you're just like, yeah, that part, yeah.
For me, I and I just try to extend my conversations, and I know I messed up when it. For example, I'm just gonna say like, for me, I really do like the antagonist of the story, and how they moved on the plot. Which one?
So you're just gonna
Um,
be talking like in general. You're not
yes,
actually gonna be like naming people and shit.
yeah, but when they force you to name, it's just like the worst. And then they proceed with other questions while you're thinking of a question that you don't even know the answer of.
I had a joke, but I'm not gonna say it.
Is it appropriate?
It was appropriate. It was more just like to roast you, but
Um, if it's not personal, go ahead.
uh, damn it, I actually forgot it now though. Shit, I think
Damn.
it had something to do with the books that you read.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Exactly. I tried to make, I don't know, man. Like it's just this quarantine is not helping me at all. Not at all.
I don't think it's helping anybody.
Yeah, that's. I'm not saying that just to sound like a bit selfless, but like at the same time, it's true. Like this is not helping.
Oh
So
yes. I think I think the coronavirus. Who knew that coronavirus would become such a controversial topic? To me, I think it's starting to become more of like an afterthought. Like like the protests. Obviously, that's like the newest thing that's out. But people are going to that, and like the second thought that comes to mind is like, oh, coronavirus. Oh yeah,
it
that thing.
it's losing
Wait,
kind of.
are we the only country that has the most cases in the entire world? Yeah, yeah, that's us.
Yeah, but let's protest. Like nothing bad is gonna happen at all. Like it's fine. Uh, well, here's the thing though. Like I've been noticing like there's more cases but less deaths. I don't know how that works at all, but like
Dude,
it's
there are a lot. I mean, okay, the fact is that nobody, like everybody, well, uh, I'm rambling on here. Hold on. Let me get my thoughts right. People can get it, but they might not die from it. The only real threat that comes from it is that it's asymptomatic, which means that like you may have it but not even know that you have it. So it's very scary. You can give it to like an elderly person and basically give them their death sentence early.
what we're trying to say, people, is hygiene. That's that's pretty much it. And stay indoors. Like don't. It's pretty much like it comes a long way. Like yes, there probably will be less deaths, but like the more cases there are, the more likely chances like the deaths will just keep toning up. So like, try not to. But either way, I don't know, man. I would like to go to like just back in time and just like yeah, just experience a bit of life. Wow, that
You
got a
mean
bit deep.
change things in the past?
Hmm?
You mean change stuff in the past, right?
Well, if I don't know if me saying like, oh yeah, like just look out from this bad thing. No, that I don't think that will change pretty much anything at all. But what I'm trying to say is like, is there another time like in disaster would you rather live at, or
Like, wait, during a different period in a different disaster?
yes, like a certain? I'm just making random topics up. Like, is this like the worst thing humans have ever experienced? Just like the,
No.
definitely not, definitely not.
I've done a little history. Well, I've done a little history. I was watching a couple of videos on like the worst years in history. Um, I think there was this one where like a volcano exploded, and it was just like so much ash started to like build up in the sky. This is, by the way, this is like in medieval period, so it's like way back in the day. But basically, all this ash started to get into the sky, and it like made this huge black cloud, right? And because of that, nobody can plant crops because the sun was never shining, and it started to get really cold, and the animals started to die off, or because people were hunting them and they were looking for better areas. But not only that, you also had like some really bad like dust storms and all that. I think the ash also had something to do, but I think it was because of like the dust storms or something different. I think like it wasn't connected to the ash.
Jeez. Wow,
Yeah.
yeah, I know that history is your favorite topic. For me, it's just like not nothing at all except math because I'm just like eh at it so I can get through. But geez, that's pretty educational. Thanks, you just made someone pretty smart, or at least a bit knowledgeable. Hmm.
Yeah, pretty smart. Yeah.
Yes,
Um.
indeed.
So what else? What else is happening lately? While I'm stuck between these four walls.
Oh yes. So I heard you like talk about the riots. So what's your like perspective of that, or what's your opinion? Yeah, I put you
Um.
on the spot a bit.
Yeah, you did. Well, obviously, police. God damn it! all right, this is like really like a really heavy topic to talk about. Police brutality is obviously not a good thing. Uh,
obviously.
Riots are obviously not a good thing, so that's a thing we have to keep in mind too. When it comes to like really controversial topics or basically any debate, I always like to take like a neutral approach to it. And people get like really upset about that because they're like, okay, but what's your stance on it? Is it yes or no? And I'm just like, I really don't want to choose.
Hmm.
It's because when I'm in the middle, I can't really be wrong for anything.
Well, for me, I am almost like you, but I will take a side, but I would understand the other person's side or try to understand it. Like for me, I understand why people are sort of rioting, and that's because they do want change and they're angry about it. And pretty much, you would do anything to change, but people are not getting the actual point, like of protesting, like actually like doing it, getting your word out.
I don't think we should rope the looters with the protesters
Uh,
because
true, true.
the
Okay.
the looters are obviously doing their own thing, and the protesters are obviously just they want change, and whether people want to listen to that or not, it could eventually get violent. I mean, it's obviously violent now, but it could get a lot worse. Like lots more people could die if it gets really bad. But I,
At the same
the
time,
looters. Go ahead. Go ahead.
what I'm thinking is like, yes, even if it does work, like just rioting and just like looting things, it's technically just making another problem. And even if you do solve it, you're just gonna make.
Again, the rioting and the okay. It's possible that the protesters could eventually riot. I think some of them do riot. But the looters, like I'm saying, don't rope them in. The reason why I'm saying that is because the looters are only there to like take advantage of the situation. They want shit, and they're gonna take advantage of it while everybody's like really pissed off. And then I don't know if you ever saw this video. There was like a sheriff. I forgot where he was from. I don't know if it was New York. Like it's all over the country at this point. I don't remember where exactly, but it was a sheriff, and he was kind enough to say like, "Hey guys, um, he was like, "Hey guys, we're not gonna approach you like we're here to hurt you. I took off my helmet. The other cops put down their batons. We just want a peaceful protest. All right. Hell, we don't even want this to be a protest. We want it to be more of a parade." And the protesters was like, "Hey, that's okay. That's a good thing." And they started. It eventually got to the point where the police were actually walking with the protesters. So that right there just gives you a little more hope that we might actually be able to finish this someday without bloodshed or damage to anything. Like at the end of the day, we need to keep in mind that protesters are only there for a change, and cops are just trying to do their jobs and hopefully not get hurt in the process. Nobody wants to get hurt, obviously.
Yeah.
I'm rambling on. You want to say something now?
No, like you actually do make a good point. For me, yeah, wow. So you kind of just open my mind up to something like, yeah, don't compare like two different things being the same. So there's one thing writers, there's actual protesters that actually do the thing. And it's almost like saying there's gonna be some bad cops, but in general there are also good cops that do want to make a change for the world and actually like help out. So that's that's pretty that's a pretty good life lesson. Like with don't confuse two different things and put it like in the same genre or something like that. That's actually quite interesting.
That's like a number one way to like I when you group people together, you're eventually gonna divide them too. It why I say that is because like I'm only going to be using this as an example. I don't really mean this in any way, shape, or form. But like, let's say someone groups one one person does something bad, right? You can't be like, oh, this group of people is now responsible for that one group of people, that one person. It's all their fault because this one person did it. That doesn't really help the situation. It just lets people know, like, oh, these people are dangerous. When in reality, they're not dangerous. They're human beings like everybody else.
True. So pretty much what we're trying to say is don't confuse other things. And either way, and you can have your own opinions. Just like don't make it go rational into any violence necessary, because this is only gonna make things worse, and it's just gonna be more segregation or something, like more people just like disagreeing, more people just like giving giving hate to this world, and that's pretty much the least what we want now. And pretty much, yeah. But either way, what's another topic we can talk about, like something pretty cheerful now, because this is getting pretty
It's a
like
heavy
touchy.
topic.
It's a pretty heavy topic, and indeed. All right, give it a sec, because okay, we may have to repeat that because like new cousins walked in and they pretty much interrupted the whole thing. Either way, all right. So
Well,
we're gonna cut this a bit. Like, sorry, there was a bit of inconvenience, so we're gonna try to talk about a new topic. So, any topic, Jeremy, or
The Last of Us was pushed to June 19th again. This is really gonna like.
yo, I
I
cannot wait
feel, I
until that
feel
game comes out,
I
man.
feel so bad for all the gamers that are like, oh my god, it was coming out May 29th, but now it's June 19th. No.
Bro, we
Um.
could have played it right now. I could have finished the game, to be honest, if I
Oh
like
yeah,
this
I would
this.
have definitely like I would have definitely made a video on that. Uh,
Definitely.
but the thing is that like I don't know if you've ever noticed, but like when video game developers put off a game for too long and they keep on like saying they're gonna release it here, but then it gets pushed again and again and again and again, it eventually loses its I don't know like uh, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess like clout. I don't know. Its importance.
Hmm.
People start to like lose faith in it, I guess. And I don't want that to happen to The Last of Us 2. I mean, it's The Last of Us 2. Rockstar always has this weird. I don't know. They have this ability to make their last game better than their second game better than the last game, I should say. Yeah. And I that's what everybody's waiting for, but right now there's like a ton of leaks. It's being pushed back. We don't know what's gonna happen, and everybody's like trying to get the game, but we have to wait until this whole lockdown thing's lifts, and who knows? They say it's June, but yeah, I honestly don't think it's gonna be any safer.
Wow, true. But there's other games out there too. Like, this is just random, but like, what's like the very first video game you played?
The very first video game, uh, I think it was, dang, what was it? I think it was Marvel Nemesis. Something Marvel. It was a Marvel game. I think it was called Nemesis, where they had like alien versions of the hero, and it was basically like a fighting game. It was a fighting game, but you can play with other people. Like it was split screen.
Oh,
That
dang.
was the first game that I played.
Uh,
Very potato graphics, if I have to say. But
yeah, but that was like the older games we played. For me, it was as cringy as this may sound. My mom has like this, what is it called? Like where you used to play Pokemon Red and Blue. Like I forgot the name of that, but it's like a little console that I forgot the name. But you can. It's like old Tetris. Like the screen is like gray and things like that.
are you
So
talking about like one of those ping pong games or something? Like
n-
I
no, no, no. Like It's like that very old game. It's like a DS, but like the very first DS ever, like a very old, and it's just like rectangle shaped. And
I was about to say the NDS, but I forgot the NDS was like a console.
to be
Was it a
honest,
console? I think it
uh,
was, right?
it's a handheld. That's all I gotta say. But and
Ah, right,
it's the
right.
very first handheld, and I think true gamers, unlike myself, because to be honest, I used to play video games to be
Okay,
bored.
but you weren't like born in like 90 or
No, but my
1980.
no, but my parents was, and that's pretty much the first game that they were playing, and then I was playing. So
Dude,
that
my do you ever remember the GameCube? I mean, there's like memes of it everywhere with the I don't
like the
you,
box.
you see it everywhere. But I remember playing on that, and that was always fun to me. And I also had like one of those like joystick games that like the game was in the joystick, I guess.
I remember one time that probably one. I'm not sure, but I remember like in second grade or maybe third that we went to this gaming like trip, and I think I played like a Sonic game in the GameCube, and ever since then I always wanted one, but like out of all the games, like my parents has pretty old games like the N64, like a collection of PlayStations and Xboxes, and they don't off they have everything except like a GameCube, and I'm just like, damn, if only I wanted to play like Sonic, but now they're like Mario fans. But either way, yeah, that's like my very first experience with a GameCube, and pretty much that's pretty much it.
So like what uh out of all those like you know what? Let's make a list of all the games that we well obviously I won't remember all of them, but of
All of
all
them.
the games that we have played when we were younger.
All right, but I have some cringy games that I played when I was younger, that's for sure. But
Same, same.
same. All right, so are we comfortable naming five or
Five?
or three?
Five of the best or just what?
Three games you remember and are a bit, yeah, possibly the best. Like your three
Uh,
favorite games that you played as a child, like ages 7 through 10.
7 through 10.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, first thing you know, I was a pretty creative type of person, so I mimicked that into the games that I played. So 7 through 10, it was probably like Minecraft or Little Big Planet, and trying to think of another one that I played. I think I played Call of Duty Black Ops 2 at that time. I think it was Black Ops 1, the first one that came out.
Hmm. All right. Let's see if I could remember this correctly. For me, I remember that I wasn't uh pretty big to Mario because I kind of got the plot is oh you save a princess and all you get is just like okay. So and for to be honest, I kind of felt
Yo,
disrespected by that.
Mario is a simp. I never thought about it, but he
Yes,
is.
he is, bro. He. You
He's
know
a
how many?
simp. He is a simp, yeah.
He's I forgot the the person that murders animals. Like what are they called? There's a
Are you
specific
talking
name.
about PETA?
No, well yes. The
I
no
mean, I
PETA.
mean, all right. For context, people are probably gonna think like, oh, PETA saves animals. I mean, they used to, but
Anti
they
PETA. Yes,
not
Mario's an
really.
anti PETA.
PETA is in an alliance with a group that kills pit bulls all around the world.
Well, jeez. Okay, now I will. Okay, now let's just call him a simp for now, and he just murders magical
Okay,
turtles.
Jesus.
But yeah, he murders turtles just to like one
He
kid's
goes through he goes through water, snow, fire, sand, lava just to get a fucking kiss.
and a bit of cake. Not that type of cake, actual cake. And it's just like, no, no.
Yo,
This is
how upset do you think he would be? Like, oh, this is the cake. You did not mention this in the letter. Um,
true, man.
okay, thanks, princess.
Either way, the reason why I mentioned that first and now I'm gonna name like the actual three games is because for me, I'm like more of a Sonic fan, and I remember the game I played the most in the PlayStation 3 must be like Sonic Generations. I completed that game when I was not fully, but yes, I completed like the very short story to it, like at least 20 times when I was 7 to 10, and I just liked the cocky attitude and everything of Sonic instead of just like saving a princess just to cake
I
Winkers.
I think it was mad annoying that he would always say you're too slow or like whatever.
I prefer
Whatever.
that instead of killing turtles, and instead I'm killing robots that hurt animals.
Yeah, that's a lot more preferable. But if
Yep.
you play Pokemon, then you're enslaving them. I don't know. Have you played Pokemon?
7 to 10, no. I actually played it when I was
Uh,
12, or I'm not sure. I'm not sure because I remember playing Pokemon X, but I forgot what time was that. But I will mention that topic later. Let me just name like the other two ones. Even though I did call Mario Sim, my other favorite game was Mario Kart DS, or and also like Mario. Let's just put those together and Mario Kart 7 because I remember I used to play with pretty much like elementary a lot in a field trip, and we used to make competitions, and I always kept getting second place. I'm not gonna say to who, but he kind of knows who he is as soon as I mentioned that. And to that, I want a rematch. But let's see the third game. Most importantly, I really like
just
this. This is what I meant, like one of those cringy games. Like I really like this game, like Madagascar 2. I don't know why.
Madagascar.
Yes, I just it was pretty much like in the movie it's like they're in Africa, but like I just liked it because I just found it fun and the games to be pretty good. I don't know, I just really enjoyed it at that time.
Do you want to know what's one game that everybody has played, and I'm guaranteeing like half your audience or more actually would probably know of?
Hmm.
The
Yes,
the
go ahead.
savior of whenever you're bored in school.
Yep.
Cool math games. Skate, that the
Yes.
little alien in the tunnel thing. That was like that was the light up of my school time in like fifth grade or whatever. It would always be like, oh god, this lady talks too much. I'm gonna play.
For me, yes, I do know the game, but for me it was like Balloon Monkey, where like you just place things and just pop a bunch of balloons. And yes, I did play Run, and the most I remember I downloaded an app of it and got to level like 718, and and I remember like one of my parents or just one of my family members just saw the number, and they were just like shaking their head of disappointment, and I was like, what am I doing?
You know what's weird? Parents will probably get you like a gaming console or like a PC, and then as soon as you start playing games on it, they're like, "What the hell is wrong with you? Why are you like this?" It's like, "What did you get me the PC for, huh? What did you get me the console for?"
To be honest, I think I know the reason why, but it's to get our attention and like to actually like, okay, this is gonna sound a bit, but to actually like spend time with them in a single way, like to show like, oh, we care, but at the same time, I don't know, this is just like, this is gonna be like sort of personal, but sort of not really. What my parents do is that they do this where they just buy and expect it to be like, oh, he's gonna be good now, but in reality, no, it's not like that. You kind of have to talk to me a bit because I feel kind of awkward talking, because I feel like every topic is just gonna be thrown away. But that's what I think why they kind of buy the consoles, is to make you happy, and it shows that they care about your interests, which is like to have fun and just play video games and be part of your friends and try to make your childhood at least like a bit better. But I don't know, that's just what I think about it.
So you're saying that they use material objects to like get you to like them more? Is that I don't know. Is that what
Yes.
you're?
because like even though parents are not perfect, let's just be honest, and neither are like the childs of the parents. Everyone's gonna get like a bit riled up, and they think like, okay,
We can move on from this topic if you want.
yo, I legit, this is. We probably will not do another podcast of this. This is awful. Like, if you guys made it this long, I will be surprised.
Welcome
But
to the Cringe Cast. How's everybody doing?
to be honest, I might actually be named on the podcast, but I think that name is taken. I don't know by who, but it looks like a very
Cringe
taken name.
Cast.
The cringe
I'm
cast.
about to search that up. I need to find out if anybody's named the Cringe Cast now.
All right, you do that, and I'm gonna cringe the heck out of these people by staying silent. And while you do that, by that I mean they're not, because I'm just pretty much kicking a mechanical ball just because
Ah,
I don't know, it keeps me occupied, and this is like the only way we could actually record our audio, except Discord. But I'm gonna stick to what I know. But either way, yeah. Oh,
there
jeez, I'm actually
is.
staying
I
silent.
saw it real. Where is it? Oh no.
Hmm. Jeez.
Wait. Let's see. I'm searching it up now.
All right, now we have
Yes,
to.
there is. There is. Oh wait, is this a just?
If the
Nice,
name isn't taken, I will gladly take that name, the Cringe Cast. It has a nice ring to
Yeah,
it.
there is, but it's on podcast. It's not on YouTube. It's on podcast. That's what I'm searching at. They have no stars. They have like no stars at all. And I think it was made in 2020. So it says it 2020, but it doesn't say the day that it was made.
Damn. Damn, that's a good name too. The Cringe Cast.
January. Their first episode was in January, bro. January 2020. So this is like fairly old, I guess. There's more than one. There's like two of them called Cringe Cast. And they're both equally. They have both no stars at all. I feel
You know
bad for
what?
saying
We're
that.
gonna be different. Brilliant Talks podcast. I don't even know.
Yeah,
The
let's show these guys some love. Yeah. Yeah.
oh, I
But they're
thought. Oh,
oh, that's what. No,
no,
I
I
didn't mean
wasn't.
it like that. Right? Shut up.
Oh, okay. Sure, yes,
I, I
sure.
just I, I just meant like yeah, I don't know. Now you made me feel bad. Uh,
See,
yeah. I mean, like, there's no way to really like tell. They're all named the Cringe Cast, so it's not like I can really like give you like it's not like this is like the Cringe Cast one, you know? I can't do that.
well, you know what they say. Like, pretty much the name you choose is for like anything like you're planning to do. It has to be at least a good one. And the Cringe Cast, just it's good, but very common, apparently. Out of the three people using it with 0 stars, but for us, even though this is a YouTube video and not like a podcast, we are gonna get likes, hopefully, and hopefully get likes. I don't know.
Hopefully, we also
Hopefully.
might get death threats, but c'est la
That
vie.
that too. I gotta put in the description just to be say like, oh, this is like opinion, opinion based, very big opinion based. All right. Speaking of that, how long do you think like YouTube is gonna go for?
Whoa. What do you mean by that? Because that can get very controversial really quickly.
Well, not really. What I'm trying to say, do you think there's gonna be like a next big thing? Like,
Yeah, there is gonna be a next big thing, but it's probably not gonna be good. I mean, it might be good, but most
okay,
likely
no,
it's
no, no,
not gonna
we're
be.
just gonna like let's just imagine like in a very very good Lala world where everything is fine. Well, okay, now mostly everything, just like a common world, not being like stuck at home. Just imagine, someone just invents the next big thing, like a very big app that someone's using, like bigger than TikTok now.
Oh my god, is it like a social media website?
Yes, like it's very unique, but like my what I think is like I don't think you can get any more unique. I think for me, I think people just ran out of ideas. Like they're just gonna refresh the old ideas and try to make it as new as possible. But there's not gonna be like anything new, at least for I guess a while. Or
Snapchat tried that, and it failed. It's worse than any other social media. It's worse than Facebook. It's worse than Twitter. It's worse than Instagram. Basically, nobody uses it.
damn, damn. Well, that's my ad for Snapchat gone. If they ever watch this or if this channel, yeah, this most likely.
But on the plus side, because if you need to sponsor them, I gotta help you out here. On the plus side, it's very private, and privacy is something that's pretty high in value. So, good job to you, Snapchat. At least you got something private.
Yes, good indeed. For me, I'm starting to get into Twitter, like just like to promote my channel and things like that. But besides that, that's pretty off the topic. So pretty much we were trying to say like, what is the next big thing? Like, what is like
All right, but
revolutionary?
can you give me something that's like based off, like, is it gonna be a vehicle? Is it gonna be like air flight? Is it gonna be like game or what?
Something that people can get distracted of. So like, yes, it could be a game, maybe an app.
Something, okay, so an invention that distracts people, basically.
Yes.
Okay, an invention that distracts people. That was easy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I would like to thank my mom, my friends,
The Academy. Yes, like I like to
the
think of
economy.
the Academy.
Oh man. But all right. I mean,
Yeah.
I can
Okay.
make a joke out of this that's really like, it's not offensive, but it's like really dark. Or I can make an actual try at this, whichever
Edgy.
you choose.
Uh, whichever I may choose. Until I gather my thoughts, I'd rather you say the edgy joke. So, go ahead.
The invention that can distract people is World War III,
Oh, jeez. Okay. I needed
which
a
I
bit more
hope never
time.
happens. I don't know where I was going with that, but you ask, so we're
We,
making jokes the whole time, so whatever.
yeah, we are bored here. This is pretty much the
A
big
broadcast.
a board. Check that out. Check that out. Maybe
Oh,
there's people
oh,
around that name.
oh! You want me to?
Check that out.
Okay,
I
I'm just stalking podcasts now.
yes. Don't give them any viewership though, or listens. Gee. But like, let's see. So I think of something.
There's a podcast that's called Bored AF.
Jeez. 40. I don't know. I just pretty much don't feel like being my name for the podcast. Brilliant talks. Like
Yes,
TED
there are
talks.
so many of them actually. There's two right off the bat.
Wait, brilliant
Uh,
talks is actually a thing.
no, Boardcast. It's already there.
Damn. Wow. Okay.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
So did you think of anything other than watching me look at podcasts? You know what? I have an invention. It's you know how you have like a remote to flip through channels? What about like something that like what about a website that it's almost like Netflix, but it shows you the best podcasts. It's just like it's like these are the ones that like these are the best ones from around the world.
These are the ones that as soon as you take like any drugs at all, you would just feel open-minded by the sound of the voice and opinions of the world. Like this podcast on how incredibly bad it is. But either way, like, yes.
It's a podcast that's gonna be on YouTube, isn't it?
Yes, it's a video podcast, of course. Because,
Ah, yes, I see.
yes. Actually, this is like a discussion I also had with my friend, which I mentioned to you, and hopefully he watches this far because I want him to get him, I want him to be triggered. The reason why I say like this is still considered a podcast is because of the format we are
Oh my gosh.
trying to
He
do
actually,
it
okay, for context, Brian actually contacted me, and he was just like, "Yo, I need your help settling an argument that I'm having with my friend." So I was like, "All right, what is it?" he's like, is there such thing as a video podcast? And I was just like, explain. Do you mean like sitting in a room with like a microphone? Because that technically is a video podcast. And he was just like, yeah, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's a video podcast. There is such thing as those. But what he's doing right now is, I guess it's a podcast, but it's also technically a gameplay. It's also technically like a, because he's playing a game. I'm assuming right now, right?
Yes. The thing I was trying to do with this podcast is that as soon as I talk to anyone, I want them to play like a different game, and just like to, I don't
I
know.
can't. I can't. Okay. This is the thing. I can't actually play a game and talk at the same time because I get like laser focused on one thing. So right now I'm just staring at my like PlayStation home screen. Uh, I
But
like I like you were talking and I was just like, yeah, yeah, that,
to be
yeah.
honest, I'm not doing as much. I'm just like here, like in the sandbox, just kicking a ball around in the field while we're talking about deep topics. But either way, yeah, that's what I was trying to do with that. Is that I was like in just like, let's say something new, like it's a podcast, but everyone is just playing a different game, trying to talk about it, and just like a regular talk about topics like you actually do with your regular friends. And that's what I was trying to imitate with this podcast and making it a podcast format. But most importantly, no, we're not here to talk about that. We're talking here to prove my friend wrong if he watches this long, which I doubt. So continue.
Oh shit. Okay.
You were up
Hey,
to.
do you
Oh,
want to know? Do you want to know what the thing is today that everybody's doing? Well, technically not in quarantine. Uh-oh. Shh. Anyway, the thing that everybody's doing now is bicycle riding. Like everyone has like a bicycle. They're going outside. Some people are wearing masks. Other people decide to go, Rambo, I guess.
yeah.
Um, but you should
Everyone wants to
definitely
go to
wear
the
a face mask.
hardcore level of real life, but either way, excuse me, you said something. Sorry. Okay, what you said?
Definitely wear a face mask. I, I've I've heard stories from like people who actually work in the hospitals, people who are like really close to me, and they talk about like the people who come in. Believe it or not, but young people also can get it. And it's not like it's like it doesn't like. All right, I would like to clear up the air. We keep on talking about coronavirus. I don't know if I want to go down this road. Never
Yeah,
mind.
all right. I will try
Main
to.
point is people are doing bike riding. So if you got nothing else to do, go bike riding. It's good for your legs. It builds a little bit of endurance, but enjoy it.
Get them cabs working, people. But either way, that's when the topic I was trying to you to recall and not like talk about a different topic. It was about like the podcast, like the difference about between the video and the podcast
We're
or a
still
gameplay.
going on about this. Okay.
We didn't technically finish. I kind of rambled off to a new topic. Sorry. Okay, but all right. Let me just sum up the debate because I don't want you to really try to remember that hard. So either way, the whole point was that he was mentioning is that this is technically considered a gameplay then, but I said no because it's the format, and then he said if it's on YouTube, it's gonna be a video. Yes, a podcast video, and then it's gonna be no, it's a video. And I said, okay, what would you describe a podcast as? And he said an audio recording, and I'm gonna be
Which
then
and
which okay.
technically he is correct in to some extent, but there are also video podcasts. Like there are also like podcasts where people like you can see them talking through a microphone. Uh, which
Yes,
I
those.
don't know.
And I
It,
could see his point, but at the same time, I was just like, but in that case, isn't a podcast just an audio recording as anything in YouTube is considered a video because there's different types of videos, right?
if
Like,
okay, what is it's okay. If there's a music video, then it's a video. right?
Yes, but
You could see it and listen at the same time. But if it's just like a black screen and you hear a lot more going behind, that's I'm gonna sound
you're
really
trying to
stupid for saying
remember
that's a
my point that I
podcast.
was saying, right? Like the point. Okay. Do you wanna?
But
Okay,
I
go.
feel okay. A podcast is more just talking, right? So that's why I'm saying if it's a black screen, it's I guess you can technically say it's a podcast.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let me try to explain this a bit clear. So, what I did was, since he said like, yes, a podcast is just an audio recording, and there's no such thing as a podcast video, then I'm just gonna I kind of reversed the psychology then, and I said then there's no such thing as a podcast. It's just an audio recording. Like there's no such thing as like songs. It's just a people speaking quite beautifully, and is considered an audio recording. There's no formats on any audio recording. It's just
You
an
know
audio
what?
recording.
There's one thing that you're forgetting.
Yes.
A podcast has to be a series. So if it's just one thing, then I don't know if you could call it that. But I'm actually looking at the definition right now. So like a part of it is being a series.
Yes. It's a series, and then you what? Okay. I'm not gonna say like I'm an expert because this is my first time, but from what I get is that it's just like people sitting down, talking about the world, getting your opinions on things, and it's like at least like an hour long, or maybe I'm not sure. It could be short. That I do not know, but pretty much you just talk about topics, get your own opinion, like share it out to the people, and yeah, what is going on in the world now, or what you prefer of the world like in the past. That's what I consider a podcast. But yeah,
I'm still searching up the definition. Like I just
okay. But then I will just continue on with this story a bit. But then as I said that, then he's gonna say no, it's not the case. Then it's a podcast because it's a podcast. There's nothing to
Well, you know
screen.
what, Brian? All right, you want to know what? I
Yes.
don't care what your friend says. Boom! I said it.
Bruh,
Boom! All
bruh.
right, I don't care. This is a video that just so happens to have gaming in it, but
And
mostly involves us talking. I get
yes, in a podcast format. Okay, no, I'm not gonna have this
technically.
discussion with you. No, no, new topic. No, I don't want to
You're
play
the one
Super
who
Smash.
started this. You brought
Yes,
this
because
madness on us.
yes, I did. All right, all right. Let's see. Hmm. I don't know how long have we been going on onto this, man?
You said for an hour. We have like 10 minutes more.
Oh, you actually kept
Technically,
time. Like, thank God.
six
Okay.
6:30 is when we can stop. So a little less than 10 minutes, like 7 8 minutes.
Hmm. This is kind of deep, but like, what do you can, how, well, where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Scary for me to think that because I am a high school student and a lot like other high school students, we don't really know what where we're gonna end up. I feel like a lot of adults also were at this point, and I guess now that they're all grown up and some of them got decently lucky or some of them are doing phenomenal or whatever, they're probably like, dude, I want to go back to high school. I fucking hate working. And we're like, yo, I want to get a good job. I want to get a house. I want to move the hell out of here. I'm done with my parents. I, where do I see myself though? I'd like to do something medical. Something medical. That's why it's going to be insanely difficult, and I'm going to be pulling my hair out. But I would like to do it. I would like to do something more than just sitting at home or going to school, repeating that same cycle all over again. Also, I'd like to get a job, preferably a good one.
Hmm.
I literally just said that, but whatever. Okay.
Yes, you just pretty much described that, and for me, I have nothing to describe because I am badly one of those. Like for me, I legit do not know what to do, like at all. but for what my expectations is, try to do good to the world and try to at least make someone's life happy for the better somehow. Like if I go out, I would like to make other people's days or lives somehow, if I could change it in a good way, to be a bit more positive. And if I can manage to do that, I'll be happy with myself. But as a
I know Brain, and the one thing that Brain does is,
You don't have to say
fuck.
like my actual like channel name. Yeah, my name is Brian, but they're not gonna know my actual face. But okay, sorry.
Oh, sorry for context. I don't really know. I mean, like I watch some of your videos. I don't really watch all of them, sadly. Uh,
Sad. Indeed. Okay.
but the thing about him is that he's always in a good mood. It's rare that I find him in a bad mood. It's rare that I find him in a bored mood. I mean, maybe bored more often, but rarely do I find him in a bad mood. Rarely do I even find him angry. He's always like in a happy-ish type mood or like a content type mood, and it's just like, bro, why are you like this?
I'm just trying to spread some positivity,
You
and
don't though. You don't make me positive. Okay, maybe you make like a couple other people positive. But the amount of times that I've like he had plans and it was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this with a friend. I'm gonna do this with a whole bunch of friends. Except Jeremy. Screw him. I'm not gonna tell him. I'm
bruh.
just like, alright, cool, man. Alright, cool, cool. You can be like that. It's alright.
Well, for me, okay, right, how can I say this?
I put you on the spot. What do you gotta say
Yeah,
then,
you kind of did. I'm not trying to put any more spot because, let's say this. This is what I think about myself. I'm starting to think like, yes, I'm gonna be positive still now, but I'm gonna be a bit more real. Like, yes, I'm not gonna say like I'm happy all the time, but I would like to show out of people's like the present days. Like, if I hang out with someone, I'm gonna try to be as positive as I could be and try to give my best attention as possible. And if I don't have time for that, I'm sorry, but I promise that someday, if I could, I'll try to make it up. And
Oh, you're
that's
promising that to me or to everyone?
to everyone, any new person. I
Oh,
mean, or just like I try to consider everyone as equal. So
you know a
that's me as a
lot
person.
of people, so that you don't spread yourself too thin, you know?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say like, oh, that one person that I say hi to, I'm gonna give them $1 million. But you never know. But I'm not saying that exactly like now. Now,
David Dobrik.
yes, David Dobrik mixed with a bit of Mr. Beast mix. Uh, for me, I would like to think of this channel as like not just like a single topic thing. I would like to do various things because I find YouTube pretty interesting, and I don't know, it's what I like to watch when I'm like on my, let's say, very bad sleeping schedule at like 3 in the morning. So yes.
We have exactly 2 minutes before this episode ends. So, is there anything you would like to say before you end this channel? I mean, end this channel. Jesus,
This was my last
Jesus.
video, guys. I'm gonna be leaving all
Last
17 of you.
video, for I don't know, forever. I guess. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
know. That's
there's
stupid.
definitely not gonna be another video after this. So, but yeah. So bye. See you guys.
Wait, there's not gonna be another podcast episode. What?
Most likely not.
Dude,
I'll be
alright,
honest.
guys, all Brian's subscribers, if you want to see more content related to this podcast or quote unquote podcast, please like, comment, and subscribe.
If you may. But either way, thanks for watching. This is Brilliant Talks, a very unique podcast, or not even considered according to a certain someone. But either way, thanks for watching. This was Jeremy.
Bye.
Bye.